Alrighty, little sit down video here. What's going on, guys? I'm Avery Falash, gym rat, running rat, college golfer, wannabe professional. If you're new here, hello, it's a little bit about me. Today we're gonna be covering the Ultimate Golf Fitness Program. I feel like there's a lot of stuff circulating on the internet. I mean, especially now that golf and fitness is kind of on the rise. What you should do, what you shouldn't do, that's what we're gonna be covering today. There's also a lot of crap things you shouldn't be doing that you're seeing on the internet, and I'm going to be covering that today. I do have a lot of experience. I've kind of experimented with everything because just like many of you, I've typed on Google golf fitness stuff, golf fitness exercises, and you really can't find much. You can't hear a lot of pros talking about it, but I have experience with all these things I'm going to be covering, and we'll get into it. First off, say goodbye to beers and hot dogs. That's not the new norm anymore. Golf is not an old man sport anymore. Personal fitness and health, nutrition is on the rise in golf. Golf is a very demanding sport on the body, and it taxes you a lot more than it used to. With guys getting faster, longer, they want more speed, they're getting bigger. Look at Bryson. Very demanding sport, and the gym can only help you. All right, we're gonna clear up a couple things right off the get-go. Especially in golf and in life and in the gym, it's all about balance, okay? You don't need to be in the gym 5 hours a day. Then again, you can't be doing little resistance band workouts and touching your toes and expecting to hit it 400 yards, okay? There's balance in everything. Now, I'm not asking you to run a marathon, but don't expect riding the bike for 10 minutes is gonna do jack squat. Now guys, of course, I'm not asking you guys to do 1 rep maxes of 450. That's just gonna get you hurt and it's not gonna be beneficial. Then again, don't look on the internet and see someone doing 10 push-ups and a little dumbbell row thing and expect that you're gonna put on 20 pounds of muscle and 40-mile-per-hour ball speeds. There's balance in everything. You need to pick the best parts of endurance, flexibility, and strength. Golf requires a lot of things on your body, and you can't have too narrow of a focus on one thing. You can't be all strength and none endurance. You can't be running 10 miles a day. I mean, your body's just not gonna be able to keep up with you. You can't just stretch. You gotta pick parts of everything, and that's the Ultimate Golf Fitness Program that I've set up. Golf requires 3 things: flexibility, endurance, and strength. All right, starting off the big 3, we got flexibility up first. You can't swing a golf club if you aren't able to turn your body. So you gotta be flexible, very agile. You gotta be an athlete. Okay, now stretching is a constant for me. I'm always stretching before I golf, in the gym, after I work out. So I stretch every day. It doesn't matter what the workout entails, and it's big time in golf. So, I mean, foam rolling, there's the basic touching your toes, arm circles. I mean, you can kind of figure out what works for yourself. Now, the big stretches I would focus on as a golfer is like hip flexor mobility. I mean, turning your lower body and making sure your lower body's firing is key. And then shoulder mobility. I mean, look at Dustin Johnson. The guy can take his arm back all the way. I mean, he's a freak athlete, but having that flexibility in your arms and your shoulders, being able to turn your back, that's huge. Now, with flexibility as well, foam rolling. I do this a lot. I'm kind of a nut with it. After I work out, when your muscles are all tight and kind of built up, there's a lot of lactic acid. Flush it out with a foam roller. That helps a lot. Now, with flexibility, I've kind of combined the traditional golf movements and golf speed stuff in the flexibility portion. So, of course, this is something I use every single day: super speed sticks. Okay, so I use these all the time, mainly when I'm golfing. They vary in different weights, and it helps with speed training and stuff like that. With flexibility, I've kind of combined it with your traditional golf movements you do in the gym. So emulating what you're doing on the golf course in the gym. A lot to do with, like those cable pulleys, a lot of pulling with those medicine balls, a lot of torso rotation, slamming, firing all those golf muscles that you do use. So I include that in my flexibility. So those golf specific exercises are very important, but I don't think it should be the end all be all. All right, next up we got strength training, which more or less for myself is your more prototypical bodybuilding-esque workouts. Now, you guys don't have to do that by any means, but I think it's very important to tax the muscles, to get them growing, get them a little bigger. I mean, look at Bryson. That dude's big. Okay, he's got some big muscles, and he does it a little bit different of a way. But then again, you look at Dustin Johnson, and he's obviously not Arnold or Franco Columbu by any means. But I think there's a balance in there. Like myself, I do a lot of bodybuilding-esque workouts. I mean, all body parts. I'm kind of a gym rat. I'm addicted to the whole physique and aesthetic looking. So I do it more than probably I would recommend most should, but I just love it. And as long as you're maintaining your flexibility, guys, you're not going to blow up and look like Jay Cutler or Ronnie Coleman anytime soon. So don't worry about that. But I think it's very important to get the muscles stronger. I mean, taking it the other way, do you want weak little, flabby little girl muscles? So there's balance in it, like everything. Train hard. Don't train like a little girl, but don't be getting stupid with it. Don't become an ego lifter. Don't get obsessed with numbers. Oh, 225 for 1 rep and you're just gonna get injured. I mean, do you need a 1 rep max for golf? No, you do not. Last up, we got endurance, which end of the day, you're playing golf, you're moving, you're walking. I mean, sometimes 5.5 hours for my tournament players out there. You gotta have the endurance. You gotta be able to play one more hole without huffing and wheezing up a little slope in the fairway. I understand people riding carts, but man, your heart's gonna thank you later. Inside endurance training, I mean, anything that's keeping that heart rate elevated and getting you pretty much out of breath. So, I mean, geez, running, cardio equipment, biking, even just getting your steps in, guys. I mean, that's obviously not the most stimulating thing for your heart, but I think golf's about 16,000 steps. The courses, I mean, the 18-hole courses I've played. And geez, if you're getting 20,000 steps a day, I mean, it's like you're playing more than 18 holes, so that works too. I feel like running gets a bad rap. Look at Tiger and his knees, and you can't overdo it to an extent. Okay, you don't need to go run marathons. You don't need to run every single day, 5 miles. You don't have to do that. But running and keeping that heart rate elevated at least a couple times a week, very beneficial. Golf is totally in a new wave, guys. I mean, you got Gary Player in the 60s starting this whole fitness trend, and it was really just him, and people critiqued him and thought it was bad for his body. He was squatting like 315 a night before the PGA Championship. I've heard a story of that. And then Tiger revived it and kind of started the trend 40 years later in the 2000s. I mean, his dominant run. And then now I feel like over the past year or so, I really feel like it's starting right now. It's this new generation. I mean, you got Bryson put on 50 pounds, crazy. I'm not asking you to do that. Golf is changing. It's getting fitter. And like I said, guys, you need a combination of all things. Too narrow of a focus is bad. Flexibility, strength, and endurance is what you need. Now it's up to you guys to figure out what splits works best for you. Personally, I do some sort of so I'll have like a strength day, and the next day will either be, could be a run. It's a kind of a cardio-ish day, and then it'll be a strength day, and then it kind of repeats and so on. That's what I do, and then I'm stretching every day, of course, doing my speed stuff. So that's what works for me, guys. Train hard. Don't be a little girl. I hope this helps you guys. I'll probably have some more videos coming out in the future for sure about fitness stuff, different routines, maybe some nutrition stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Train hard. Get it done.